Video J9 explains the difference between parallel and perpendicular lines. When we think of parallel lines, they come in pairs, and we often think of train tracks. Along this train track here, you have one line here, horizontally, which is parallel to the one at the bottom. They're the same distance apart all the way along, otherwise the train would come off the tracks. Also, when you think of the word parallel, you can actually write it, and you will notice that in the middle of the word, there's actually a pair of parallel lines representing the two L's. Here we've got some pairs of parallel lines. The top pair are the same distance apart all the way along, as you can see from the arrows. The ones on the right are also parallel, even though they are vertical, they are still the same distance apart all the way along. The pair of parallel lines here on the left-hand side, even though one is much longer than the other, they're still parallel because of the fact that they are the same distance apart all the way along. Now we come to perpendicular. Here's the word, perpendicular, and on the end we've actually got perpendicular lines for the R. Perpendicular is usually known as two lines which meet at a right angle. So here we've got a pair of perpendicular lines. If you look at these examples here, the first one's easy to spot because there's a horizontal line and a vertical line, but sometimes they turn the angle or turn the two lines so that they're upside down or set at a strange angle. But if there's a right angle in the corner, we can still say each pair of lines are perpendicular. Sometimes they cross the lines over, so it actually makes a right angle here and here and here and there. And even though these have been turned through a strange angle, you still notice there are 4 right angles where these two lines cross over to cross, forming perpendicular lines. The more challenging thing that you sometimes find is when they give you two lines which don't actually meet. But in this situation, if you were to extend those two lines so they meet or cross, you still would get your right angle in the corner. So those lines are actually perpendicular even though they don't actually cross at the moment. Let's get rid of that. There you go, still perpendicular. It's the same for the ones at the strange angle next to them. If we extend that one and we extend that one, they would actually cross at a right angle, so they are perpendicular. Let's get rid of that. Even though they're not joining now, they're still perpendicular to each other.